Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is time to sleep a little bit. So, last time we played, I said that I was going to do a bunch of stuff off camera to get ready for planting day. There's, unfortunately that didn't happen. So, come over here, check it out. We've got the eggs, we've got these chickens. They're looking great. This field is totally ready to plant. Like, this is going to be awesome. Hey, there's like some rocks right here. Gosh darn it. Oh well. Rocks over here. Perfect. If you come with me over here, this is the field that I said, hey, I'm going to do this off camera. It's going to be great. This is how far I got. Not far at all. So, what may have to happen is I may have to run over to the farm shop to buy a brand new tractor so that I can hire somebody to plant my other field. Will I finish this one? Otherwise, I'm not sure that we're going to get it all done in enough time to sow both fields. If we go into our thing, I guess we can sow in September or October. So we could save a little bit of money and not sow until October. That would make a liar out of my character. You know what? Let's try to do it. I'm not allowed to create fields. Let's try to just get it done real quick. Do this. So while we are making this field amazing and plowing our second field, I wanted to share a little bit with the Hobbit. So last time, if you joined us, we were talking a little bit about the Hobbit and how I try to read it every single year around this time. This time I've been keeping a journal as I've been going, and it has been a lot of fun. So if you haven't read the book, I recommend it. First chapter. We're going to go into a little bit of detail. So, Bilbo Baggins is the main character of this book, right? And he is a homebody. He is comfortable in his skin. He's comfortable in his life. He doesn't seek adventure. He doesn't seek much. He is just super comfortable with who he is, where he is, and it's that way everywhere in the town that he lives in, everywhere in Hobbit. And I read somewhere that JRR Tolkien kind of came up with this idea of Hobbiton while he was in the trenches during World War I, and how people in the Midlands of England were very similar to how he portrayed the hobbits. Just the war will never come to them. There's no need to go out, pursue danger. They're safe. That type of thing. And so he wrote the hobbits as kind of these status quo. The centrist hang out. Nothing exciting ever happens. And those that seek adventure, it's all well to do. You can go out and seek your adventure. You can go out and explore and do all that, and that's great for you. And I love hearing stories about it, but I don't need to experience it myself. It's kind of how the hobbits were raised, which is it's a unique perspective in a book, because that is so close to real life. I know so many people like that, and in fact, I consider myself kind of like that. I do not put myself out there very often. I don't search for adventure. I don't search for fame. I don't search for anything like that. I am, in a way, Bilbo Baggins. So Gandalf, the wizard, the main person that starts off this quest, he comes in and he greets Bilbo Baggins on the road. Bilbo's out there gardening or doing some of his hobbies. He's just hanging out outside, right? And Gandalf comes and he is talking to him about all the different adventures that he could go on and things like that. Just kind of testing resolve, if you will. Bilbo gets uncomfortable with this, and he wishes the wizard a good day to send him on his way. He doesn't want an adventure. He doesn't want to go out and explore or do anything like that. That's not what his desire is. And so in parting, Bilbo invites him to tea or to lunch, if you will, on the Wednesday, and so they part company, and Gandalf goes, and it's all grand. Bilbo has gotten rid of this person who's threatening adventure upon him. The wizard has gotten a chance to come back, and it seems like that is going to be unbeknownst to Bilbo. Gandalf puts a mark of thief or treasure hunter looking on Bilbo's front. And that is when the dwarves come. And all the dwarves, I don't have all their names memorized, but they all come from Norse mythology, which is kind of neat. But they come and they invade, for lack of a better word, Bilbo's house. And he invites him in. He doesn't like adventure, he doesn't like conflict, he doesn't like anything else. So he's attempting to be a good host, but he's really annoyed. And these dwarves, they're partying, they're singing, they're playing their music, they're just having a great time. And eventually Bilbo finds himself enjoying his time too. He's enthralled with the music that they're playing. He's excited about the idea of adventures and gold and kingdoms underneath the mountains and all of that. It's super exciting. It's gonna be great. He gets wrapped up in it. Gandalf and the dwarf leader eventually share this plan, returning to a place where the dwarf's old treasury had been taken over by a dragon. And Bilbo is the 14th member of their party. And so he kind of gets weaseled into it. They play on his excitement and try to bust him out of his homebodiness, if you will. And that is how it starts. As I was reading it, I was sitting here, I was thinking, who do I relate to? I'm not much of an adventurer. For my sitting at home, as you can tell by the first game that we're playing on this series, I enjoy kind of calm games. Not a lot of excitement in the games that I kind of play. I like the puzzles. I like the simulations. I like these type of games. And so I was relating with Bilbo Baggins. But then I was thinking, what drives me? What makes me want to go out and experience things? Because there are points in my life where I've wanted to experience things. I've wanted to play sports professionally. I got pretty good at the game of rugby, and I played at the college level and had an opportunity to try to play semi-professionally. I never got beyond the semi-professional level, but I have had some workouts with the national team, and even though I was never selected, like I was pretty decent at the sport, right? The Highland Games, so Scottish heavy athletics. I've done those. I put myself out there because I wanted to try those. So there is something that motivates me. I just couldn't figure it out. And then when Gandalf and the main dwarf, and I will have his name for you by the next time we play this game together. When they were kind of sitting there and talking to Bilbo about, it made Bilbo feel like he wasn't going to live up to their expectations. That maybe he wasn't all that great at thieving. Maybe he wasn't a great treasure hunter, that type of thing. And it motivated Bilbo to go and take part in this journey. I realized that, like Bilbo, I'm one of those people that if you tell me I can't do it, by the gods, I'm going to try my hardest to go out and prove people wrong. And so I think that is what motivated Bilbo to get there. He was excited about going, but also people were saying that he wasn't good enough. That maybe they were making a mistake and putting their trust in him, right? And so I, like Bilbo, am motivated by people pretending like they have lack of faith, or people with lack of faith. And that is when I have done some of my best work, is when people don't believe me. So I'm going to ask you all, what motivates you? What drives you to be the best that you can be? What drives you to adventure, if you will? I think each one of us has something different, has something unique, has something that drives us that we don't always know or can even put a name on it, but sometimes figuring out is good enough. So that is the challenge for this week. Figure out what motivates you. What makes you want to be the best that you can be. So here we are. Sorry for clearing my throat with you. So as you can tell, we just finished our plowing our field. So we need to pick up stones on it, just to make sure that they're not going to take over. Anything we can do to make sure that we have the most yield is something that I want to do. So we'll do that. Then we're going to check on our chickies. A little box. We're going to check on them, make sure that they're good. Alright. Unfold. Turn on. And away we go. I guess I need to... I still haven't figured out what the best pathing on this thing is. I'm tempted. Just do this and go like forward backwards. Because that seems to be the best, but it takes so long. There's a crow in my field. Yeah, we'll do it how we did the other field and hope that we get at least 90 some odd percent. Of the stones out of this field. I'll figure it out one of these days. Ooh, that is a tight squeeze over by that tree. I need to remember that one. Or sowing, I should say. So it looks like it pivots pretty close to this left wheel. So if that's not bad. I'll go back. Anyway, what do you all think of the format of this series? Do you like the discussing books, pop culture, nerd stuff at the beginning of the episode and kind of moving down into what's happening on screen afterwards? So those that want to just come in for a little bit and have their chance to back out, those that want to hang out have their chance as well. I'm enjoying it. And as stressed out as I've been, there's nothing better than playing a game. It just kind of takes your brain off. It just makes you turn off thoughts, worries, fears on this way through. So I've been sick for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't heard of my voice. But it has been awful. Just constant coughing. I'm just coughing. It has been driving me. I keep missing these rocks. So I saw that there's a mod that you can turn these rocks into limestone to help with the, help modify the soil. I thought that sounded kind of cool. There's something so relaxing about just driving. I know it's like driving a circle, doing something like that. It's kind of goofy, stupid, not very exciting or whatnot, you know. But just driving. It's so nice. So this map, this No Man's Land map, is one of my favorite mods for this game, because you have the ability to do so much with it. You can go anywhere, you can do anything. If you want to do animals, concentrate on animals, you can concentrate on animals. Growing crops, you can grow crops. It's very open world, whereas a lot of the other maps, especially this one, you have to kind of plant where they want you to plant, at least. And that's wrong because there's no houses anywhere. You decide where to build this. Decide where you want to farm. You make your plans. All the trees can be cut down on this map. All the stumps can be ground down. You can create miles of farmland. Or since we're in the area between France and Spain, I guess technically what you call it. Kilometers? Hectares of farmland? If you couldn't tell, my metric is not great. I'm in a STEM field, so my metric is probably better than most Americans, but I'm still an American. So, we're working on it over here. We'll eventually get it. More people that go into the STEM industries and whatnot, more likely we'll get to get the metric system up and running over here. I kind of like the way they do it over in England. We can copy them, I presume, and do kind of the half metric, half imperial. Okay, so I saw quite a few stones around. And they're all like right on the corners, all right on the turns. I don't know if I'm making them all. That's super exciting gameplay. Trying to figure out all these stones. There's one more big pile over here. I think that's... Turn off. Raise. Hold. Alright, it is time to plant some crops and watch it grow. This is probably my least favorite part of the farming simulator is planting crops. Mostly because it's a little bit tedious. Right. Alright, away we go. And we got the sowing machine. Seed bags are over here. feel. And let's start over on our far field. So I don't know how many acres or hectares we have. These two fields should net us a pretty decent amount of crops. We have wheat selected. We're going to turn these on. I'm going to crack open and drink real quick just to wet my throat as we go through this. We're going to go through and plant our very first. I believe that this turns us into actual farmers, right? Planting our first crop. Throw the cedar, and away we go. Get out of here, crows. So I guess here's the question: do we do it like Jeremy Clarkson did in Clarkson's Farm, and draw our box, or do we do it the right way and go up and down? So unlike in real farming, there's no ridge line access points when you do it this way. I don't like the working width of this. It's not very big. So I try to match my front right tire with the line when I'm doing it this way. That way I can so it's close to 100% as I can. Sorry for the cough. So the other way that I was thinking about doing this is if you go halfway down, you can go down. Unfortunately, what you call it? Little indicator that I am recording is right over the top of my GPS coordinates, so I can't tell if I'm going straight or not. And so I'm actually going to go this way and play on the ends. So start on the ends, work your way in, type of thing. I've done this a couple times. I don't know what the right answer is. Like what is fastest to get it all done. I feel like this is a little bit faster because you don't have to hit reverse as often. But it's not very realistic because it's not putting in furrow rows or tractor access so that you can maintain the field. Which isn't the worst thing. So it has been 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna end this little stream/video here. And we will join next week as we go even further and try to turn this into $1 million enterprise. So I hope you enjoyed it. Swing by, tell your friends. We will continue our discussion of The Hobbit as we run through the series. So every every episode, we'll talk a little bit more about what in The Hobbit, some of the takeaways as we're reading through that. And then we'll talk a little bit about the farming, reality versus not reality, that type of thing, later on in the episode. The next book after this, I believe, is going to be The Graveyard Book by No Gamer. It is a loose adaptation of the Jungle Book, except the Mowgli character is raised by ghosts in a graveyard after his parents were rather than a panther and a bear in the jungle. So that'll be a fun one. I haven't figured out what game I want to play as we do that one as of yet. I do believe that I don't want to go into a big, heavy, narrative-driven game where we're going over doing our book talks. Just because I don't want to be interrupted and be sharing a story about one genre while we're playing another one. So if you have any recommendations for games that you would like to see played, where we are exploring the Graveyard Book, let me know in the comments, either on Twitch or on YouTube. We'll figure it out together. I'm leaning towards Disney Starlight Valley or possibly Zoo Tycoon as we're going through the Graveyard Book. So, anyway, I am going to finish planting this field on the next stream, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.